Hey, what's up, everybody? Aaron here. Just wanted to address something that I think is important and ready to be addressed. Uh, I'm sure most people have heard, a lot of stuff by now. From people like me, people not like me, but I've encountered a problem with nearly everyone except my wife and my aunts and my sisters and my mother, and like two or three friends. Almost everyone vehemently fights with me. Let me tell you my wife, okay? I'm trying to tell her, hey, there's some stuff happening. This is what we're going to do. I want to make sure that you're on board. And she's, whoa, hold on. This, oh crap. And it's very frustrating for someone like me at that point because it's very difficult for me to bring up a conversation about some things that are secret or conspiracy. And now, now I've got to walk you through the whole thing and you're going to fight the whole step of the way. And it's kind of like taking your kid on a walk and you got to piss and they want to stop and look at everything. You're like, dude, we got to go. We don't have time to look at that crack in the sidewalk. I got to pee. Okay? So you're patient. You say, I'm going to hold my pee because this has been a walk for the child. Not for me, not for us. It's for the child. So me going to my wife and saying, hey, I'm afraid that I might have to leave you behind because you're going to mess this up if things go bad. Me bringing that to her is for her to see if some change might be precipitated. And of course it was. But I had to hold her, like physically hold her while she fought me and hug her and whisper into her ear the things that I needed for her to hear. And once that was over, I was able to really finally, once and for all, get her to see that emotions are the enemy. You cannot associate emotions with beliefs, with thoughts. So now that I've painted that picture for you, let me really try to explain. Another problem that I'm having with everybody else is illustrated there. I can't go to my friends that I haven't seen in 5 years and hug them and whisper in their ear. That's not going to work, My wife wants to believe me, and she's terrified of what I'm saying about the things that can happen to me and the family if she won't start paying attention right now. People don't want to hear that, right? You don't want to hear that you're doing everything wrong. You don't want to hear that you have to go look at some things that are going to make you upset. You don't want to hear that. Why would you? Who would accept it? I didn't accept it. You think somebody like me is how I got to this point? No way. I was watching a YouTube video and they had a little ad at the bottom saying QAnon, giving a description of what it was. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why would YouTube be trying to convince me that QAnon is garbage? Because it ain't garbage. Come on, guys. It's YouTube. Are they honest? Is anybody honest? Do you trust anyone in our government or anyone who gives or receives money from the government? Forget about all the Trump stuff for now, okay? I'm talking about Jesus here. I'm talking about the ancient war, not the one that started in 2016, and not the one that started when JFK got shot. I'm talking about the ancient war. Now, crap. It's like, this is what I want to say. Here's my point. Someone like me, it's hard to be a teacher, and it's even harder to learn from me because I'm going to be condescending. I try not to, but I get frustrated with people. My lifelong stance has been that you're a lazy, good-for-nothing person if you don't dedicate yourself to finding truth everywhere it's hidden from you. That's my personal quest, and I see that now. It's not for everyone. Okay, my wife, is pretty much the supporter of this family. Things are kind of weird right now, you know? Jobs are mixed around, stuff is, you know, we're breaking old roles and it's hard to figure out. So, how can someone like me look at someone like you and tell you that I have something that you need to accept from me? How can I say something like that? How can I be that arrogant? How can I truly think that I'm better than you? How can I truly think that God has chosen me to guide you? How can I believe any of that stupid nonsense? What, we're going to go back to monarchy times now? Let me explain. I'm intelligent. I've been intelligent since I was very young. My intelligence has been a problem my entire life. In 3rd grade, my desk was attached to the teacher's desk. I didn't get to be part of the class because I would pick my desk up and throw it across the classroom when I couldn't solve a math problem. Because I thought I was the dumbest kid in the class since I couldn't solve that problem. I have autism. I cannot look around at my peers and say, oh, okay, I have standards. Since I was in 3rd grade, I have believed myself to be somehow connected to Leonardo da Vinci and Abraham Lincoln. And since I was in 3rd grade, I've been striving to become the 21st century Abraham Lincoln and Leonardo da Vinci combo. Okay? I mean, seriously. And it's driven me crazy my whole life. And at that same age, around that same time, I was given this idea. I imagined that schizophrenia was going to be solved just like cancer in the future, and that I was going to be a part of that. That cancer was for other people, and that I was going to be more interested in schizophrenia. It's not really relevant, and it's old news, and it's a whole another story with layers and layers and layers and layers that we're probably not going to get into because they're going to be solved for you. I don't need to explain it. Now, with those burdens, with those desires, with those hard to accept beliefs, I felt like maybe I was narcissistic. I'm good looking, I'm charismatic, and even with autism, I'm still someone who people like and don't really freak you out that much. I'm easy to approach, but I end up being really condescending to people and really intense. And I need people to understand that that is because I am autistic, okay? I'm stuck in my things, okay? And this is my thing. My thing happens to be all the global issues right now have just like, poof. It's like 2 roads came together and boom, okay? So I need people to understand here. God, Jesus, the difference between me and you and what sets us apart. I'll get there in a second, okay? I really want to take this right. I want to do this right. I want to guide you, and I can't do that most of the time. So let me slow down, and I ask that you guys be patient with me and try to understand. When I tell you that hey, without trying to sound condescending, you're right about what you just said, but there's another layer to that truth. Let me explain. And then paragraph, 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 you're lost. I feel like a failure. Oh. Of course I'm condescending. Think about that word. To condescend. If I'm a biologist and you're somebody who works at a fucking pet store, I have to be condescending to you to teach you how to feed your goldfish properly, okay? I have to be condescending to you to tell you what kind of fat-soluble vitamins that dog needs for better nails, okay? That's called condescension. So yes, I'm going to be condescending. We need to think about the words and apply them to reality, okay? I want to share something that I came up with yesterday for you, just a little collection of words, okay? The body is the temple, and the temple holds the view. You have your point of view. Is it true? Is it not? Who knows? Let's dig into that, right? Falsehood, truth, where do they come from? My eyes don't lie. I look out at the natural world of this window right now and these beautiful mountains and trees right out there, and I can see the natural world before me. My view cannot be corrupted. But if I shut these blinds and I call up my buddy down the street and I say, hey, what's the weather like right now? And he lies to me, I have been brainwashed. Everything that you observe, everything that you learn must be layered in front of the natural world and compared. And if you see anomalies, they are called lies. It's very, very simple, guys. The entire world around you, every object that you can pick up, okay, is a tool. Everything can be used, okay? Now, we got to stop letting these verbal structures, these phrases, these sayings mess everything up for us and brainwash us, okay? Here's an example. One of the biggest ones that's messed me up forever is bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. What does that mean? Okay, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. That's what it means. Everybody says it as if it means, hey, saving is always better than spending. That's not what it means. Okay? It means that choose wisely over whether you're going to spend or save. Okay? So every time I'm like, hey man, I need your opinion. You think I should buy this rifle or should I wait until this thing comes out and get those two handguns? And they're like, dude, bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And I'm like, no. Step back. You're implying that somehow that magically means the two handguns are going to be better. Why? I'm not talking about now versus later versus money. I'm saying, do I want the rifle or do I want the handguns? It's that simple. So don't let these sayings jump in your head and mess you up constantly, okay? Whether it's intentional or not, it sabotages you, and I consider it brainwashing, okay? And I would request and argue that others do the same. Now, the reason I'm able to think this way is because I care to, I want to, I consider it one of my highest responsibilities other than being a father and a brother and a son. Now, I don't really like myself. I mean, I do. I'm working on it, you know? My whole life has been, I got a nice place. I got a nice family. Here comes my wife coming home on her lunch break. She works at the apartments we live in as a leasing agent, making tons of money. I mean, my life is beautiful. So why do I spend all my time getting yelled at and cussed at and told that I'm an arrogant, narcissistic jerk by people that I love who hate me? It makes no sense. How can I love a stranger that does nothing that I think is good and will not accept anything that I try to offer? It is because nearly every day I look up at the sky and tears fall from my eyes and I say, forgive me for being so full of myself. Forgive me every day for thinking that I'm better than others. Forgive me for allowing my arrogance to stop me from helping. Please, Father, wipe this arrogance from me. I do not think that I am better than others. Why must I behave as such? Why must I allow their frustration to remove my patience? I have been through what they have been through. Why can I not be more patient? And then I realize, Father, please, I ask for more patience from you. I try to do everything myself and I am so weak and foolish. I try to remain a man. I try to remain free and sovereign, but I know it is you that I must trust. It is you who I must channel. It is you who I must strive to please. Right? And I say more. I say, Father, I know that my ego is a tool. I know that you have put me here as Aaron Preston Denby with these questions and these fires to find things for you and do with them as I will on your behalf. I trust, Father, that you will guide my hand every day, every step of the way, and that when I have been led astray, unless it is your will to use that to teach me more, I ask that you immediately, no matter at the cost of my happiness, no matter at the amount of misfortune it may cause in my life for me, I ask that you do everything you can to make sure that I stay upon that path which is the most righteous. I will not commit evil, whether directly or by accident. I will not sit idly by while innocent people suffer. I ask, Father, that you give me patience to not behave this way. I'm so fired up, and I am so filled with love and hatred and pain and suffering, and I know that it's all going to be fixed and everything is going to come back together, and this is all one big delusion. But I know that everything you give me serves a purpose. And I know that in asking you to purify me, that I'm seeing things as correctly as I might be able to see them right now. And even though I'm angry, and even though I have other things I want to do and different ways of going about this, I will listen to the still small voice of you within me. And I will know every step of the way that there is nothing to fear. Please help me continue to help my brothers and sisters. Please help me to not bear shame when I fail. Please help me to not take this so personally so that I might be kind. Because I know I must be like Jesus. And I know I must stop being like Aaron. My ego is what makes people attach to the information. They will listen to me. But if I'm not careful, I will be the reason they cannot accept. So, Father, I ask that you wipe me of all of my misbelief, and that you empty me so that I may be a vessel for your will, so that I may bring about the kingdom of heaven on earth, and so that you and I may walk together upon that path which is most righteous. Amen. Adonai. So there you go, guys. I do that kind of stuff right there every time I need to. And lately, it's been 2 or 3 times a day. So that's the difference between me and you, and why I keep telling you that I am doing things and seeing things and finding things, and I humbly request that you try and accept them. Okay, so just say the words. Just say it. Just say, I accept Jesus. I love Jesus. You don't have to feel that. Say the words. We have this idea that it's got to be in your heart. Guess what, guys? You can't. It's not how it works, okay? It's not how it works. Everything's connected. Right? Here's my son. Hey, buddy. Okay, more crackers in a second. Just a second, buddy, okay? Let me explain. The Father, the Spirit, the Holy Ghost. Right? The mark of the beast, the name of the beast, or the image of the beast. 3 different things. They're the same thing, right? It's all the same, different interpretations, different representations, different topological iterations, like a square rectangular map versus a globe. The same thing, and each one has to be skewed differently to represent the data accurately, right? Because if you made it accurate, it wouldn't be accurate. It's got to be transformed, morphed, applied correctly. That's what everything else is. God bless. Accept Jesus. Just say the words. You don't have to feel it. You don't have to think it. Maybe you do. But the first step is just saying the words if you're not a believer. That's where I began. If you would have asked me 13 years ago, I would have said, oh, I'm a Satanist. Oh, yeah. oh yeah, I'm a Satanist. God's not real, but I like blood and sex and murder, so I'm a Satanist and I'm going to make some cool stuff happen when I grow up. Not now, baby. I'm a soldier of God. And I accept Jesus Christ in the flesh as my Lord and Savior and whatever he might have transcended to. But I accept that he was here in the flesh. And you need to say those words. You need to say those words.